420 Things Grow in Ontario. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since I said that. A long time since I've done an unboxing video. And yeah, that's just the way it is. My back's been killing me a lot lately, so I haven't been doing much of these things. But times change. Here we go. We got a few products here. So shout out to AC Infinity. These are all AC Infinity products. This is building towards a fully automated, fully sealed CO2 tent that I'm going to be doing in the future. I have a few more parts that I need, but we're getting close. So if you're looking to get any AC Infinity products or this product that I'm showing you here, right? We're going over the sensor today. If you're looking to get one of those, you can head over to their website, use the code 420 Things Grow. That's what it is on their website. Amazon, it's 420 Things 5. 420 Things 5. And on eBay, it's 420 Things Grow. So if you're looking for any of their products, I'll put this all in the pinned comment and in the description. So go check that out. You can get yourself a deal. So what we're looking at here is, I haven't even opened this. I haven't even know what it is. This is, well, I know what it is. This is CO2 light sensor, okay? Now, this light sensor is to be used with their controller. Which controller? Well, their AI controller, which I'm going to do another unboxing video on this because I didn't have this. I had the Pro. It's got, 8-10 plugs. It's got the whole jammy. It's Wi-Fi. It's great. I love that. I can adjust my tent when I'm away from home. I love it. This has got the added adventure, or added adventure. Added, it is kind of an adventure, right? AI. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using that, but it does have multiple sensors, whereas the other one, it only had the one sensor. So there's a lot of cool features on that. Check the other video for that, but this one is just the CO2 light sensor. So we're going to pull it out, and it is, like I said, compatible with that controller right now. So let's see what we got here in the bag. We've got some instructions in a very small little pouch here. Ooh. Quick start guide. We're going to go over that real quick. Okay, very sweet and simple. We got a zip tie and a little glue thing to hold it up somewhere. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Not very much, man. This box is pretty small. And yeah. Ooh, okay. So here we go. It is just a little piece. It's like it fits in the palm of your hand. It'll be a sensor that you're going to hang in your room. And listen, there's a lot of cord. I don't know about you guys, but my sensor is not exactly right beside. There's always enough cord here, right? So let's do a quick how much it is. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you stretch with your arms from side to side, that's how tall you are. And I'm about 6 feet tall. So there's 6 feet. And it's about 12 and a bit. So I'm shrinking. I'm getting old. My back sucks. So yeah, 12 feet of cord. And it is a UIS male plug, which will plug right into your controller, right? So that's it. Let's go over the quick start guide. We'll just go into what it says here. Because if you're looking on this website, I don't see this on their website. It definitely has some information and, a quick code and stuff like that. So read all instructions before installing. Step 1. When cutting or drilling walls, ceiling, do not damage electrical wiring. That is, or hidden utilities. Good pro tip. This product will not be used in potential hazardous locations such as flammable, explosive. Yeah. Do not operate this product while it's cold or damaged. Sure. CO2 rating advisory. Most plants need over 400 ppm of CO2 to survive. With growth, improving CO2 levels may rise up to 2,000 ppm. Please note that you may observe high CO2 readings even when not in a CO2-enriched environment. This is because CO2 levels can be affected by room size, how well it's sealed, how many people are in the room, and how close you are to the sensor. Indoor CO2 levels will greatly be higher than outdoor CO2 levels. Facts. I have a very well-insulated house here, and I have a vent that comes on. Like I have a sensor. It's in my house for CO2, and I have an HVAC unit that runs if my CO2 levels get high, because it's it's an integral part of your house. And my house is sealed. It's concrete, wall to ceiling, or floor to ceiling, wall to ceiling, and it needs to be vented. So definitely, you're going to want to take this with a grain of salt. You're going to want to make sure you're good, right? So. Higher than out. Yeah, we've done that. CO2 light sensor, wood screw. Position the sensor at the canopy of your lights, or the canopy of your plant. Make sure the photocell remains exposed to your light source. So this is, I'm assuming these lined pieces here Okay, that's the sensor for the air. And then you see that photo, like it looks almost like a light, clear. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get it real close. Okay, and that's the light sensor to know if the lights are on or off, right? Because CO2, you don't want to be pumping CO2 out. My chair is not. This is funny. And there's a little piece here you're going to want to take off, a little protective piece. I'm assuming that's what it is. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. It looks like a little protective piece. But you want to know, this allows you to control stuff via nighttime versus daytime, okay? So what I also did, so this just monitors CO2, okay? So I have the CO2 regulator and a CO2 tank. Now, how does that work? Well, you plug it into the wall. Well, it has to be plugged in and told when to turn on. So what I also bought for part of this is one of these UIS controllers with the plug, okay? And again, this is going to go hand in hand with this. This will go into the tent, plug into the UIS into the thing. It'll give me my CO2 numbers, and then I'll be able to set, hey, if the CO2 numbers are low, turn this plug on, which will then turn on my adapter for my CO2 generator or tank. I'm generating CO2 by a tank and a line. This will turn it on, and when it gets to a certain level, I'm going to be able to turn it off. So that's cool. So yeah, so let's, that's what this is. It's straightforward. There's not a whole lot in here. The back of the instructions, just talking about wall mounting. Connect your plug to your controller, plug in the sensor plug your sensor into the first sensor port if no other sensors are plugged in. You may plug different sensors into one controller, but only CO2 light sensor can be used per controller. So you can't have two of these. You're only going to be able to have one. Makes kind of sense. You wouldn't want two levels of CO2. I guess maybe you'd want it outside and inside, but I have a small little desk, like a little shelf unit. That's how I check the CO2 in my lung room. All right, we're back. So what I've done is I've connected two things to my AI controller. Step one is this plug right here, okay? And what I currently have it plugged into right now is normally what you would have this is in relation to the CO2 and light sensor. You would have your CO2 generator, whether that's a tank with a solenoid or whether that's a generator that plugs in and goes, hey, turn on. That's what you would plug into this, okay? And these have an 1800 watt max, so it's a fair bit you can plug into it. And I have it set on the app. So what I've done here is I've set the plug to port 2 on my AI app. This sensor has to be plugged into one of the sensor plugs. There's two sensor plugs right beside your power plug. It has to be plugged into one of those. If you plug in any other ones, it won't work. And I tell you that because I tried it and it doesn't work. Okay, so what you can do is when you have these plugs, once you go in and you do the setup, you go, what do you want to choose a sensor mode, okay? Because there's on and off. You can turn it on, you just turn it on or turn it off. You can set it on a schedule. You can do a bunch of different things with these plugs, but I'm going to do it with a sensor. So what it asks me is it asks me here in the app, it goes, what do you want to do for the sensor, right? So what you have there is VPD, humidity, and my phone went dark. So you got temp, humidity, VPD, CO2, and CO2 fan. So I'm going to do a CO2 is what I have it set at. And then what you do is then I set it at a number that it is super high. So I have it set to 4,000 ppm right now. And it's nowhere near 4,000 at my house. So in theory, it's on and running. And how do I know that? Because I set it to this light above here, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover the light sensor. I'm going to put it underneath the table. Boom. So now it thinks, oh, it's dark in your tent. You don't need to put any CO2 out because the light's off. So then it shuts off the CO2, whether that be the regular. Now, if I let my finger off and goes, hey, there's actually light going on in here. Oh, it's under 4,000 ppm. Boom, away we go. Okay, so that's great. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna blow a bunch of CO2 into it. We're gonna talk into it. As we're doing this, this is gonna bring the CO2 levels up on the sensor super high because that's all I'm producing is CO2, right? When you blow out, that's CO2. So super close to the sensor like this, it's gonna get super high. I'm gonna do a little bit more. So if you want one of these, go. This is a great time to go and let me talk about hot air and go. If you want to use a coupon code, use my coupon code. I'm an affiliate marketer. Yeah, this is gonna help the channel. I'm gonna help you. You're gonna get a discount. Okay, so it should soon be over the 4,000 mark. I should have probably done it a little bit lower. So this would have happened a little quicker. I don't know why I'm blowing hot air. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's over 5,000. I just got a notification saying, hey, you see that notification? So that's cool. There's a little alarm. It beeps. It's not my phone. My phone's not beeping. That's the sensor here. It's shut off because it's well over the 4,000 mark. Not only that, it's past there's a 5,000 ppm alert that will send you an alert to your phone saying, hey, something's wrong, go check it out, right? Once it comes below, it's still at like 6,000, still climbing. These things are not instantaneous, right? It takes a second for it to go. And that's why there's a buffer. You can set a buffer in here, and I'm going to set it probably about a 50 to 100 ppm. So where once it gets to that number, probably around 1,100, 1,200 ppm, and what I'm going to say is once it gets below 1,200, boom, lights are on. So now that just went, okay, start putting more CO2 into the room. So this, in conjunction with this is how you're going to get your CO2 to work in your sealed tent. Like I said, I'm going to do some more videos on that. There's a few more parts to work into. An AC unit, the dehumidifiers, the humidifiers, all that stuff we're going to get in there and we're going to control with this. These plugs, 1,800 watts, it's a fair bit. So that's it for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty straightforward. It's got the light. If you cover it up, you don't show it any light, it shuts off and goes, no, it's too dark in here. The lights, why is this not working? There we go. Takes a couple seconds, not very long. And then once it gets more light, bam, it's back on. So that's it. Pretty straightforward, right? So if you want to get one of these products, head on over to their website, head on over to YouTube, or YouTube. This is YouTube. Head on over to eBay or Amazon. Use the coupon code 420thingsgrow. That'll be on AC Infinity's website. That'll be on eBay. And then if you go to Amazon, it's 420things5. This will get you anywhere, up towards 10% discount. So you get a deal. I get some cutback. And that's how we make videos like this. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped. And be on the lookout for the full CO2 sealed tent setup coming soon. Like, subscribe, and do all that jazz. Yeah.